Shango wasn't just anyone. He was a king. Not just any king. He was the Alaafin of Oyo, a mighty ruler with an insatiable hunger for power and respect. Shango's story is full of passion, rivalry, and ambition, the kind that made him a legend in both the human and spiritual realms. Shango was born with royalty and had strength and charisma from a young age. Unlike anyone before him, he was obsessed with the power of the elements, especially fire and thunder. In fact, some say he was born with fire in his veins. He wanted not only to rule Oyo, but to command the forces of nature itself. Oyo at the time was a city of warriors, strategists, and wise elders, and as Shango grew, he trained to master the arts of war and diplomacy. He was quick to learn but had one trait that set him apart. He craved power that no human had ever wielded before. With each battle won and each enemy defeated, his reputation grew, but so did his thirst for greatness. People would whisper stories of his exploits, his bravery on the battlefield, his skill in battle, and his rage that seemed to summon storms. It wasn't long before word spread across all of Yoruba land and beyond. Alaafin Shango was not a king to mess with. Shango's desire for ultimate power eventually led him on a quest to find the secret of fire and thunder. He sought out the most powerful spiritualists, sorcerers, and priests. Some say he met Oromila, the god of wisdom, and Olukun, the god of the sea. His travels were long and treacherous, but Shango wouldn't stop. He was driven by his vision of becoming more than just a king. Finally, Shango acquired a set of mythical powers and incantations that could summon fire and thunder at his will. When he returned to Oyo, he put his new powers to the test. With one word and a wave of his hand, lightning struck across the sky and thunder shook the ground. The people of Oyo were in awe. This was no longer just a king, he was becoming something divine. But great power comes with cost and consequences. Shango had rivals, especially his two closest generals, Bunka and Timi. He feared they might rise against him, so he sent them on impossible tasks. But they returned victorious each time. Shango's jealousy grew and he began to lose control of his fiery powers. His anger blazed hotter and he used his powers recklessly, devastating parts of his kingdom. One fateful day, during a moment of rage, Shango lost control. He summoned a storm so fierce that it backfired on him, burning down his palace and part of Oyo. In the chaos, Shango was consumed by shame and regret. Realizing the pain he had caused his people, he left Oyo and never returned. Some say Shango ascended to heaven where he became the Orisha of thunder and lightning. To this day, the Yoruba people revere him as the god of power, justice, and strength. He is more than a king or a legend. He is a reminder of what it means to balance power with responsibility, a lesson that transcends time. Shango's story highlights that ambition is natural, but unchecked desire can lead to our downfall. Embrace your power, but wield it wisely. Shango may have lived centuries ago, but his spirit endures every time thunder rolls across the sky, reminding us of the Thunder King and his epic journey from royalty to divinity.